Ascension and third dimension misconceptions. Is ascension really happening? Are we really ascending into a higher dimension beyond this third dimension of reality, meaning into the fourth, and later into the fifth and other higher dimensions? Well, the simple answer is everything depends on what your soul chooses to experience. On how much work you put onto developing your spirituality. Today, ascension has become a very popular subject and belief in the New Age community. However, there are many misunderstandings and misconceptions, because many people have been influenced by incomplete information, exaggerations, and extremist ideas. They have listened to their lower egos, instead of their higher selves. They have heard others talk about it, but never stopped to meditate, and analyze for themselves. There are many misinterpretations about the third dimension, being viewed as something extremely negative, that needs to end for good. If negativity is all they can see, then, chances are, they have not understood the purpose of their existence in this realm, and, of course, not learned all the lessons, nor experienced or appreciated the positive things. And most likely their souls want to stay, and get more, regardless of what their egos may believe, say, and want. Good or bad, everything depends of how you choose to interpret what you experience in this third dimension. They all have a purpose, and are chosen depending on what your soul wants to experience, regardless of what the ego may choose to interpret. All realms, meaning dimensions, are already in place, and have been created by Source, and us, parts of Source, co-creator entities with consciousness. A part of your soul is already inhabiting those dimensions above, and below. Right now, your consciousness is focused on experiencing the 3D reality, and that's why you currently perceive reality as such. Ascension only happens when souls have gathered enough experiences in the 3D realm, and want to move on onto other levels. At this time, it will continue to happen on an individual, or small group level, rather than a planetary ascension, as many people so caught in the New Age ascension drama want to portray. Because the vast majority of souls on Earth are young, and therefore, have not accumulated enough experiences. This can be seen on how they still have trouble controlling their egos, impulses, and are interested in the physical, rather than the spiritual. People identify with their bodies, rather than their souls. We still live in a materialistic world, with emphasis on the exchange of goods, and people accept it as the norm, while creating veils of separation, such as countries, classes, races, ideologies, and so many other things. People cling into religion, and political figures, rather than taking responsibility, and believing in their inner selves. This is not to say they are completely negative or positive. They are just experiences in the third dimension that souls are simply choosing to experience, more of these physical experiences, rather than starting to focus more on the spiritual, and towards the dimensions above. And therefore, a planetary ascension into a higher dimension cannot happen at this time. When will it happen, you may still want to know. Well, it does not depend on time, but on the souls on Earth. When you start to see significant spiritual changes, on a global level, then, you will know the time is near. You are not your body. You are a soul having a human experience. The same way there are no round squares, you can't have a higher vibrational experience in a limiting body. It's like trying to power a house with a small AA battery. You need a different body with better and higher capacity to generate more power. Many people get scared, and reject the idea of having to leave the limiting third-dimensional body, in order to expand and experience higher vibrational realities. That's because they continue to associate themselves with their bodies, rather than their souls, and therefore have fear of dying. While at the same time viewing death as something negative, the end. Death is a transition. A process that brings renovation. Death is the beginning of a new phase, a new life full of new possibilities. Your soul never dies, it never ends. It looks like a scary and negative experience because you still view it from the limiting third-dimensional perspective, while continuing to think that your real self is your body. It will take a long time for humanity to grasp this concept. The vast majority of people don't even believe in reincarnation. Many people would start losing the fear of death, if they had past life regression experiences, combined with deep meditation, to connect with their higher selves. Again, there is so much work to be done, before even talking about ascension on a planetary level.